So if you mind just introducing yourself and like why are you out here today?
Hi, my name is Ann Beecham, and I am out here to support anything that has anything to do with Donald Trump. We're definitely Trump fans, Trump supporters. We've been doing things like going out on the weekend and knocking doors, making phone calls, and so forth.
I'm here to support President Trump. I think that we need to make America great again. And that's why I'm here.
So what is happening today? Because this is not something. This is like not a normal, just a march or like a rally or something like that.
Well, it's a rally on the water.
Yeah.
It's essentially what it is. So a bunch of people with boats are just getting together, and they're gonna make a trail and a parade for a mile down the beach.
So what is this? This has been a wild month in American politics. You have the president almost killed, or former president almost killed. You have the current president dropping out. What are your thoughts? How do you think Trump's doing right now?
Well, I think he's doing fantastic. And things have not been good over the last 4 years between the economy and the border and just a lot of things going on. So I think we need somebody like Trump back in, and that's it.
And if you look at the rallies that he's had recently, I caught one online that was up in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and there had to have been 20 or 30,000 people in that arena. So he is not losing support. He's picking up support. Everything that happens is picking up support for him.
Yeah. What? How do you feel? A lot of people still don't trust the kind of election system, and especially states like Georgia and Pennsylvania. How do you guys feel? Are you South Carolina? Both?
We are.
How do you feel about voting in 2024? You feel you trust the system, or
don't trust the system? They haven't done anything to fix it. There's
Yeah.
been nothing that can visibly be seen that has fixed any of the shenanigans that could happen.
Yeah.
And the things that we do know for sure is that the system is not fixed. The voter rolls are horrible. We can't. We've tried. We've canvassed. We've turned in information to the election commission, to the legislature, with volumes of affidavits of people that are on the voter rolls, like dead people and so forth, and they don't make any. It's like they don't really want to clean it up.
I've heard about this. Are you part of any group that's doing it? Are you working with anybody, or?
Yes, the South Carolina Safe Elections Group works across the state, and we started right after the 2020 election got stolen. We've canvassed 8 counties in South Carolina that were deemed to be the most likely to have corruption in their voting systems.
Yeah.
And went all across there. We did a lot of canvassing.
What's the process that you guys go through? Because I've seen some AP articles that question, they call vigilantes or like voter, like what's the process that you guys go through to double check that they're not supposed to be on the voter rolls?
Well, one of the things that you do is you can go to like the vehicle registration and look at an address and see if there's a motor vehicle registered at that address. And whose it is. Another thing is if you look at voters that are in excess of 100 years old, and there's enough information in the voter rolls that you can look up obituaries.
Yeah.
And there are obituaries out there of people that are identifiably on the voter rolls.
Yeah.
Some things like that. I mean, they've been doing that for years.
Are you guys the work you do you guys get any info from a group called True the Vote?
I don't really know if you go to South Carolina Safe Elections.com.
Yeah.
There's a ton of information out there, and I know that they are working with groups across the country and we've got a cyber expert that can testify to the issues with the machines.
Now you mentioned like Biden's been not great on the border. One of the big claims that has kind of happened lately is that a lot of Republicans, I cover CPAC, I cover all these things, and they say that people are crossing the border to vote in our elections. Do you think that's a problem? Do you think that's like because we don't have voter ID, because we don't have things? Or
I believe that it is potentially a problem in many areas and many states. I think, and I don't have enough information to be able to know whether South Carolina is secure in that or not.
Yeah.
But certainly there's plenty of reports out there that illegals are getting driver's licenses, and in these states that don't require voter ID, that they're able to use their voter ID. And there's a difference in registering to vote and actually voting.
Yeah.
So they get on the voter rolls, then what happens?
Yeah.
Right? We don't know if they actually vote or not. So the system's not transparent enough to be able to alleviate any doubt.
Yeah.
So unless they do something to actually relieve that doubt, then I don't know that we can trust the system.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of reports around the nation that I've seen that bad things are happening. And for those that just look around our computer systems, we just had one of the biggest hacks in the world happen a couple weeks ago. You know, it brought down airports and communications through lots of companies. Hackers can do amazing things through computers, and the internet is nothing more than a highway system that can be breached at any point in time by anybody that knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then we use computers that have chips that are made from other parts of the country, and they all have back doors on them. You can gain access. I mean, if you've got a problem with your Microsoft computer, you call Microsoft, and do you mind if we get on your computer real quick, and then just a click of a button, they enter your IP address and they're in your system.
Yeah.
Why do I believe that in a week's time, the United States government is going to be able to issue a statement that our system was safe and secure and nobody hacked it?
Yeah.
How do we know? How will we ever know? We've got to get rid of machines, in my opinion, and we've got to go to something that's more stable and more transparent.
Yeah.
I think another thing that is disappointing is that while it's in the Constitution that you have to be a citizen to vote, as Brett said, the illegals are getting Social Security cards, are getting driver's licenses, all of this. And there was a Supreme Court decision that came out recently that the states cannot require proof of citizenship. Now, how crazy is that?
Yeah. How do you feel? What do you think the numbers are going to be out today? Do you think that it's going to be a good showing?
Yeah, I heard there's going to be over 500 votes.
Yeah.
So I think that's a pretty good showing.
Yep. Certainly. You think as well, or?
Well, I believe that the organizers have planned it in such a way as they're going down the river toward the battery. The mandate for safety purposes is no wake.
Yeah.
So it's going to take a while to get down there, and there'll be plenty of opportunity to display your support for Donald Trump.
Great. Thank you so much, y'all.